What up, fam? Welcome to another Sunday conversation. Hey, hit hashtag replay for me because you're watching this portion of the Sunday conversation, which means that you were not here live, and that's okay. I appreciate you. When you hit hashtag replay, it really helps me as far as in the algorithm, being able to put out, because this is our little place on the internet where we drop good and positive information, good news, where you can be able to move forward, but also stuff that you can use. Good news you can use. That's it. To be able to go and be able to move forward and do something. Okay, so make sure hit the hashtag replay for me. Look, I gotta tell you, if I've been left up to my own designs, just up to me, I would not have gone live today. It has been a long day. I've been like going and feels like that. You ever have one of those days that just like feels like that you're just going and going, but it feels like you're just like many times like running in circles. That's kind of the way that I've felt today. And so I was like, I don't know if I'm even gonna go live, but we do Sunday conversation every week. Every week we do Sunday conversation. And so it's been my commitment to you to do that. And so I want to keep that commitment there. I want to make sure that I keep that commitment and do those Sunday conversations and be a part of putting this positivity into the atmosphere, giving you some structural pieces in order to do so. So I got to tell you, so let's talk about that long day. It was a long day, but not because it wasn't productive. What's up, my guy? That's right, Brett. That's what's going on, right? Me not going live on a Sunday is blasphemy. That's right. But I gotta tell you, it was a long day because I was like really in like an intense piece with a client, getting some things done, getting some things knocked out, and pushing my way through it. And it feels good to get things done. It really does. But it really also kind of drains you. It can drain you and take your energy from you. And so that's the thing that I want you to realize is that many times when you're working in your gift, in your place, in the place where it is you're supposed to be, it still can feel very draining and pull it out of you. And so we really have to take care of ourselves. Number one, we really do have to take care of ourselves because it can be very easy especially when you're going at your dreams, to get really drained, to get pulled out. And so let me ask you this. Where do you need to pause and reflect before your week starts? So my week is starting here right now, okay? Where do you need to pause and reflect before your week starts? Today is scheduled Sunday. So today I'm supposed to, and what I got to finish doing, what I get to finish doing is get to finish scheduling out the rest of my week. Scheduling out all the different things that we need to be able to get done, that we're going to get knocked out, that we get the opportunity to be able to do, get the opportunity to be able to get knocked out. Where do you need to pause and reflect for this week? And also, what are you still carrying that needs to be dropped before Monday? So that's my two questions for you. Where do you need to pause and reflect for this week? And what are you still carrying that needs to be dropped before Monday? Because so many of us are carrying this stuff. We're carrying these problems. We're carrying these things with us. And it prevents us from being able to take off and launch for the next week. We're too heavy. We're too heavy. And we have to be able to take off and launch. Many times when I was traveling quite a bit, at first I was a business traveler. So as a business traveler, as a road warrior, you figure out how you can carry the minimum amount of things. I would carry things in a carry-on and everything like that. And so I had a carry-on and my laptop and be rolling, right? Okay. That's the road warrior lifestyle. But as you continue to get further along in what you're doing, what you'll do is that you will start to, like, as I got status with an airline and my bags could fly free, I then started to carry lots of stuff. It's so funny because my family would make fun of me because when I first got started, I could go on a 4 day or a 5 day, and I can carry a carry-on and my laptop, and I can make it in a carry-on on my laptop. Then I got more status, and I started to carry on, like not carry on, have a luggage to go, and that's when problems started, because then I might lose my luggage as it was going. I always kept my laptop with me all the time, y'all. What I knew is that if I kept my credit cards with me in my laptop, that if everything went bad, I still would have the information in order to be able to do my do my conference, and I could buy some clothes if I needed to. Okay, but I take my bag. But what would happen is that then you start putting more stuff in bags. You start carrying more things. And next thing I know, I'm at the airport one day, and my bag was like 58 pounds. So my bag's like 58 pounds, and it's 50. And so I had to shift 8 pounds of weight in order for my bag not to be overweight, in order for it to be able to make the flight. And I'm going to tell you, there's sometimes when you're flying that they don't even offer overload, that you have to be under a certain place. So we need to shift to be able to roll with, so we can figure out how is it that we can do it. So today taught me that. That was another one of those days of being able to shift and being able to figure out how we do that. Okay. And so you're absolutely right, Brett, when you're talking about being conscious, to plan enough to what you want to accomplish for the week. And so that's the truth. You've been talking about this since 2024, and that's good. That's really important. You know, one of my absolute favorite 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, the late great Stephen Covey. One of my favorite is begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. So when we begin with the end in mind, we have an idea of what it is that we'd like to be able to accomplish. Do you know what your goal actually looks like? It's really important. Do you know what your goal actually looks like? Do you know what it is? What it is? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the thing that life is showing you where you're going to? All right, that should be a song or something. All right, so do you know what your goal looks like? That's important, to have that vision and be able to see what that goal looks like. That brings us to a better place. That allows for us to be able to have steps to be able to move forward toward it. So you do need to know what that big, scary goal looks like. You need to be able to taste it, because unfortunately, what happens is that we dream in fuzzy black and white, but our nightmares are in 8K color. Our nightmares, we can feel and see and then feel it choking us and wrapping around us and everything like that. We feel it completely. But our dreams, they are, I'd like this. That'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice to do so? I need you to be just as intense, just as much feeling about your dreams as you are about your nightmares. And that requires a level of energy from it that we haven't put into it. And so we have to put that level of energy into it. And one of the ways that we do that, one of the ways that we put that level of energy into it, is that we have to reset and shift our mind. Okay? So we need to be able to reflect, release, and recommit at the start of a week. Reflect, release, and recommit. It makes me feel like that episode of A Different World where Whitley Gilbert was like, relax, relate, release. Right? What I want you to do is reflect, release, and recommit as we get started into this week. So reflect on the things that went well. Reflect on the things that didn't go so well. Okay? Release those things, both good and bad. It is great to get that good momentum to keep going. But sometimes we hold on to the fact that we did well yesterday, and it doesn't allow for us to do well tomorrow, because we're still celebrating the fact that we did well yesterday. So this is where athletics becomes really important. So even if you weren't an athlete, I want to share this with you to be able to walk through this. We had the 24-hour rule in football all the time. So we got to enjoy a victory or wallow in a defeat for 24 hours, either way. After that, when we went to team meeting on Monday morning for team meetings, we played on Saturday, right? If we went to team meeting on Monday morning, it was business for the week. What was the new business for the week? So I need for you to take some time today and go ahead and reflect on what went well last week. Because I bet there's some things that went well. And look, we learned from those things, absolutely, okay? But then I need you to release what went well and what went bad. I need you to release. I don't need you to hold on to it. I don't need you to think about how bad that sales meeting went. I don't need you to think about how bad that meeting went at your job. I don't need you to think about how bad the situation was with your significant other. I need you to release it. I'm giving you permission to release it. Whatever that negative thing is, I'm giving you permission in order to be able to release it. Release that out into the atmosphere and get away from it. And then I need us to recommit. I need you to be very sharp and recommit on what that goal is next. What is that next goal that you have? I need you to recommit to that. What is that next goal? What is the thing we're going to get done this week? I am absolutely test case for this. Because what will happen is that even though I played ball, even though in ball that we had that 24-hour rule, I will wallow in it and think about the thing that did not go well. Oh, it was so close. Oh, it was so close. You know what it's like? It's like being at the casino. Have you ever been to a casino and played the slots? If you haven't, then good, don't do it. But you go to the casino and you play the slots and you see that like you were just one tick away from being the jackpot. Oh, it was so close. Oh, it was so close. Oh, it was so close to it. What happens is that we do that and we focus on that in our life. We were so close. It was so close. It was almost there. Or, oh man, that was such a great week. That was such a great thing that happened. That's it. And then I can give up. I don't have to worry about it. So what happens in sales, many times we have a great day. We have a great week. But we're so excited about that great day and great week that we take 2 more weeks off. And now that great week does not beget a great month because we only had one great week within that month. But what I need you to do is to have a great month. And then I need you to go then take that energy and be able to move forward and have a great 2 months and a great quarter. Because here's the problem. If you have a great month and then you take the next 2 months off, you had a sucky quarter. So I need you to have a great quarter. Then I need you to have another great quarter. Then I need you to have another great quarter. And guess what? Now you're writing a book. Huh. Oh no. Okay. Now we have a year. Now we have an entire year. Let's have a great year. But I need you to have a great year and not take 3 or 4 years off in that because guess what? That's going to make a sucky decade. So I don't need you to be on the entire time. That's not it. Not at all. I fully believe in being able to take off 2 weeks here, to be able to take off a week here, to be able to take off a month here. But guess what? That means you have to have an extraordinary month ahead of that. That means I need to hit my quarterly goal in a month. I need to hit those numbers. I need to hit my quarterly goal in a month. Okay, because then if I hit that quarterly goal within a month, then I can take a little bit of extra time off in that month. I can relax a little bit because that relaxing is not now just putting things off. That relaxing is now intentional. Now I'm intentionally relaxing. Now I'm rejuvenating myself. You know, it might be said that broke people are lazy. Rich people are rejuvenating themselves. The activity is very similar. What happens is from where we are, where our focus comes from. That when I look at someone laying on the couch, am I looking at them and thinking they're being lazy and they're not doing anything? But if you look at them and they have it all taken care of and they're laying on the couch, you're like, oh man, look at them. They're taking a nice break. A nice rejuvenation moment. Can you rejuvenate yourself in your life? Can you be able to pull back forward and be able to figure out how it is that we reflect, that we release, and that we then now recommit? Can you recommit to what? First of all, do you know the goal that you want to be able to get done? Then can we recommit to that goal this week? Can we make a weekly goal and recommit and put ourselves back into it and be able to go? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Is be able to figure out how do we recommit and make that happen. Okay? How we do that is you ask the question, what did I learn? When we're talking about that reflection, what did I learn? On release, you're asking, what can I leave? What can I leave? What can I leave out? Okay? And when we recommit, what must I lead with this week? Can you lead with love? Can you lead with passion? Can you lead with energy? Because if we don't, if all we lead with is negativity and difficulty, then it doesn't take us anywhere. Okay? So the question I want you to ask yourself, the third question is, what do I want to feel more of this week? What do I want to feel more of this week? I swear, my friends, if you do that, you will find exactly what it is you're looking for, and we'll be able to move forward and make this thing happen in our business and in our life. So it is Schedule Sunday for me. That means I get to schedule out all the things going on for the week. Tomorrow's Magic Monday. That means that I get to create the magic in my business. I get to help out business owners, be able to help out people to move forward. Tuesday is Talk About It Tuesday. That means I get to talk about my business to every person who I meet. Wednesday is Work It Wednesday. That means I'm working in my business, not necessarily on my business. So I get to work within my business and learn more and be able to keep on top of my education so I can be able to make sure that I can help people and be able to help them grow. Then there's Together Thursday. On Together Thursday, it's all about how it is that we can link together. So who can I link together with? Who do I get the opportunity in order to be able to link together with? Then Friday is Follow Up Friday. Follow Up Friday is about following up on all those things that pass through our fingers through those other days. And then Sanity for me is Sanity Saturday. That means that I need to be sane about what it is I'm doing. You can create that. You can make that in your life. All right? So I hope that you have the greatest day possible. I hope that you get the things it is in life that you deserve. And I hope that you continue to be doing the work that you can so that you can deserve more. All right? Thank you so much. Have a fantastic Sunday. I'll see you next Sunday, but we'll definitely pop in between time and definitely be able to talk. All right? Talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.